Your app starts with 4 roles: admin, editor, author, viewer. Clean. 6 months later, there are 144 of them, and nobody is allowed to delete a single one. That is not bad engineering. That is a model running out of room. Because there are really only 2 ways to answer one question. What is this user allowed to do? Let me walk you through both of them, all the way down to the code, and then show you the one that real systems actually ship.
The first way is called RBAC. That stands for Role-Based Access Control. The trick is that a permission never touches a person. You give the permission to a role, and then you put people into roles. An editor can read, edit, and publish. A viewer can only read. Alice is an editor, so Alice can publish. And the reason teams love this is not the code, it is the audit. One table tells you who can do what. Your auditor can read it, so can you at 3 in the morning.
Here is what that looks like in code, and it really is this small. A dictionary that maps a role name to a set of permissions. Then a function that looks up the user's role and asks one question: is this action in that set? That is the whole thing. There is no clever part. Every framework you have ever used ships some version of this, and for the first year of a product, it is genuinely the right answer.
Then the first real rule arrives. Editors can publish, but only their own drafts. Fine, make a new role for that. Then, only inside their own department. Another role. Then, only during business hours. Another one. Notice what is happening. Every condition you add does not add a role, it multiplies them. 4 roles times 6 departments times 3 regions times 2 scopes, their own or anyone's, and you are sitting on 144 roles. Nobody deletes them because nobody can prove which real humans are still standing inside one.
This is the trap, and it is worth saying plainly. A role is a label. A label cannot hold a condition. The rule you actually wanted to write was, "This document belongs to you." But the only sentence the model lets you say is, "This person is an editor." So you smuggle the condition into the name of the role instead. Editor, Europe, Finance, Own Drafts, Daytime. The name grows. The model does not.
The second way is called ABAC. That stands for Attribute-Based Access Control. Instead of a label, you write a rule, and you evaluate that rule at the moment of the request. Look at it. The user's department has to match the document's department. The owner of the document has to be this user, and the clock has to be inside working hours. 3 conditions, 1 function, and not 1 new role anywhere. A new condition tomorrow is 1 more line, not 1 more role.
And that rule can reach for 4 different kinds of fact. Who is asking, their department, their level, their team. What they are touching, who owns the document, which department it belongs to, what state it is in, what they are trying to do, read, edit, delete, and the world around the request, the time, the country, whether they are on the company network. Those 4 buckets are the entire vocabulary. Everything you can express is some sentence built out of them.
Now the bill. Ask a rule system a question, and you read the answer off a table. Ask an attribute system the same question, and there is no table to read. Can Alice delete this? Well, it depends on Alice right now, on that document right now, and on what time it is. You have to run every policy against live data just to find out. Policies overlap. 2 rules disagree, and one of them quietly wins. And one stale attribute, a department field that nobody updated after she transferred, hands out access that you never wrote.
So attribute systems need guardrails that role systems never needed. 3 of them. Start from deny, so that only an explicit rule can turn a no into a yes. Let any deny beat every allow, so a rule that takes access away can never be outvoted by one that grants it. And write the decision down. Who asked, for what, which rules fired, what came out. Because the day somebody asks why this was permitted, that log is the only answer you have.
So here is the arithmetic, and it is the reason nobody actually picks one and stops. The rules that took 144 roles to express take 4 roles plus 3 attribute rules. The 4 roles are still readable straight off a table. The 3 rules carry the context that a role could never hold. You did not choose between the 2 models. You split the job between them. And that is what real systems ship. 2 gates in order. The first gate is coarse, cheap, and made of roles. Is this person even an editor? If they are not, you are done. No policy engine ran, and the answer is legible to anybody who looks. Only if they pass does the second gate open up the attributes. Is this document hers, in her department, at a sane hour? Roles for the broad strokes, attributes for the context.
In code, that is one early return, and then the rule. Check the course permission first, straight off the role table, exactly like before. If it is not there, deny and stop. Everything after that line is fine-grained. Those are the attribute conditions a role could never express. And notice what you did not do. You did not throw the role system away. You demoted it to the thing it was always good at, the broad, auditable first cut.
The whole thing in 4 lines. Roles attach permissions to a label, and a label has no room for a condition. Every condition you force into a role name multiplies the roles. Attributes evaluate a rule at request time, which buys you the context and costs you the readable table. And the answer in practice is both. The role is the gate. The attributes are the conditions.
If that made the difference, click, hit like, and subscribe. One concept, all the way down to the code, every time. There is a short version of this one linked in the description if you want to send it to somebody. Next up, why your permission check belongs on the record and not on the endpoint.